Morning everybody, welcome to this week's Tillers Turf Talk. I'm super excited about this one. It's something I've been really looking forward to now for quite some time and finally got around to arranging it. Now with every quality turf we need a quality seed, and I've been kindly invited by DLF to come and visit their facility here at Inkbarrow. I'd meet up with Matthew Agresti, seed industry expert, nice guy overall. I can't wait to catch up with him. So what we'll do, we'll head down to reception, and I really cannot wait to have a look at this tour. But also, I'm going to meet somebody else that's quite new to DLF. His name's Titan. We'll talk more about that later. So let's crack on, let's go down to reception, let's go see Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Hi Rich.
Good to see you again.
Likewise.
Been a while.
Yeah.
Absolute pleasure to come down here and see where our seed comes from.
Thanks for coming down.
How it's all bagged up and stored and ready for delivery. So we're looking forward to it. So
great.
What can we look forward to seeing today?
Well, I think from intro you'll see when the seed comes into the factory, where it's come from, and then basically what we do with it. So single varieties coming into the factory, going into mixtures, going into a bagging plant, coming out with a finished product. Will be loaded onto a truck and sent to your farm.
Well, I can't wait to have a look. And in terms of DLF, you grow an awful lot of different varieties. I'm really keen to see how, you know, you've gone through recent modernisation with the fabulous new mixing machine that we're going to take a look at. I'm intrigued to know how that you can get so many different varieties into a mixer so efficiently, reliably, and more than anything just create such a good quality seed. It's just fabulous opportunity. Really appreciate you inviting me, and I really cannot wait to get out there and have a look. And like I said in my intro, that the quality of our turf comes from the quality of the seed. So, you know, with DLF, we know we're in good hands. So
excellent.
Go crack on,
Let's
go and have a look. Go and meet the guys down there, and can't wait. Brilliant.
Nice one.
Cheers, Matt. So here we are then, Matt. This is the business end, this is where it all starts, and this is where we're going to see some of our seed being produced. So it's probably time to bring in the unsung heroes of DLF here. So we've got Mark and Mark from the production and within the warehouse. We have Martin, who's the operations manager in the yellow hivers, who's going to talk to us a bit more about what goes on here, a bit more about the process as we go. So I think we'll head in, unfortunately out of the sunshine, and let's go and see what it's all about. Okay then, Mark, this is the raw beginnings then. I've noticed behind me here we have some wooden boxes. Can you explain a bit more about?
Yeah, so originally the whole warehouse would be full of these boxes. These boxes will hold about 500 kilo each from a tote bag which holds about a ton. So we'd split the tote bag into two boxes.
Okay.
That was the process, the whole process that we had before, up to 26 to 50 ton a day we would tip. We've eliminated that process now with our new machine Titan, which takes tote bags directly. So it saves a lot of hassle, and this is the reason why we've got the racking that's behind us now. This whole warehouse was originally boxed, and now we put all our straights into racking, so it's more accessible and more storage friendly.
And how many bags do you have in here at any one time of these ton bags, would you think?
It's probably 1,000, I think we probably hold in total. So obviously we go through, peak season, we go through these very fast. So we get our stock levels as high as we can before pre-season and before stock build, and then they start coming in at 3 or 4 loads a day.
So that's a massive amount of seed. We're not going to talk about where the seed comes from because that's another subject in itself, and maybe one day we'll get to do that as well. That'd be really good, Matthew. Obviously, it'll be great to see that process too. So I think what we'll do, we'll have a wander further, and what we may just do is have a quick look at your, not older way of doing things, but how we used to do it pre-Titan. Let's have a wander through and have a look. So Mark, behind me here we've got the testing for your previous mixing facilities. And
yeah, our previous mixing plants, what we known as plant 1 and plant 2. So
yeah.
What you'll see here is 2 hoppers at the front. Each hopper will hold 2 tonne of a ryegrass mix and about 1,500 of a fescue mix.
Yeah.
So what we do from our system, we know exactly what varieties we need to pick for customer requirements, what percentages, whether there's any treatment involved or anything like that. Each hopper can hold, like I say, up to 2 tonne. We get the 2 tonne there, you can see the digital scales.
Yeah.
So we get the 2 tonne in the hopper. We then send through the mixer at the back. And the mixer at the back, we leave it in there for a good 25, 30 minutes. Add the treatment if it's needed at all. And then once that's done, we can open the mixer up and we can pack into sizes of 500 kilo, 250 kilo, 20 kilo, 10 kilo bags.
Yeah.
So this, going back to the old way we used to work, would probably range between 7.5 to 10 tonne per day.
7.5 to 10 a day.
Yes.
A little bit different to what we're going to go and see in a minute.
It's very different.
But that's, that's evolution. That's moving forward, and
it gives us the flexibility to be able to react to customer needs, which is really important for us.
Okay, so we'll have a wander around to the next machine, which is famous Titan. I can't wait to have a look at that. We'll have a chat a bit more about that, and like you say, DLF, always thinking ahead, always future planning, and making sure we can keep up with the increased productivity that we need to do. So brilliant stuff, Mark. Let's wander a bit further. I've now been joined by Martin, who's the operations manager here down at DLF at Inkbarrow, and we came to see Titan, but I've got to say, Martin, I was expecting something a little bit bigger than that.
Well, Richard, this is just the start of the process. This is the intake for Titan. So this is where, because it's a pneumatic system, all of the seed is fed in through here and it's blown into the 48 bins that we have in the next part of the building, which you'll see shortly. It's all controlled by the computer side of things, so it's all modern technology, and we'll show you that as we go through the rest of the process.
Crikey, so this is just the intake, this is just a feed Titan?
Yes.
Crikey, how big is this now? I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And obviously with a big machine like this, we need technology to run it, so how is that all done?
Yeah, the whole system is run on a software program that's been specifically written for how we want the system to operate. So what we have here is the intake screen. You can visualise that we've got the 2 banks of 24 bins, and you can be able to see there that they've got the names of the varieties and also our item numbers on each bin. Yep. And then a visualisation of the intake area itself. So we have the bag splitter and then the box tipper. And then when it's running, you can see the visualisation of the diverter valves where it will ultimately go. So we've got a bag ready to go into the bin here, bin 12, and once we set that off, then basically the operator has to pick the right bin destination, the right product code, because if it doesn't match, it won't let you do it.
Okay.
So, and it also shows you the free weight that we've got in the bin. All of the bins are on load cells, so we can monitor exactly what we've got in there, and the whole system is controlled through the computer program.
Whole new world, isn't it? So these bags will open themselves. So they're like an opening system in the intake.
The bag basically goes onto a splitter knife within the hopper. Yeah. So it just creates a flap on the bottom of the bag as you drop it into the bin.
So gone are the days then of just cutting it with a Stanley knife and letting it all go. But Craig, it's absolutely amazing. And one thing I've recognised on here is obviously lots of top DLF cultivars that are recognised, so things like the Nigella, Clementine, Suzanne, so many different varieties. Like I say, incredible. They all go into individual hoppers, all electronically mixed. I think next thing we need to do is go and have a look at the machine itself. Let's crack on.
Okay, let's go.
Well, Martin, we've just wandered through the vast warehouse here. There's all kinds going on. There's forklifts, there's bags being packed, there's stacking, there's loading, there's all kinds. It's a busy, busy factory. As you can imagine, the popularity and the quality of DLF Seed, that's no great surprise. So this holding area here then is what would be our packing area. So what do we have in here?
Basically here, Richard, we have the main control centre for the Titan operation. So when we looked at the intake before, you saw the bag and the box intake area. We've got the replica of the bins, 48 bins, all with the varieties in. But here you've got also the production order status. Okay. So this is where all the jobs are loaded into the system.
Yep.
And we're currently processing some J4 Turf 100, which is the Johnson's brand mixture. And then basically the mix program will work out the quantity of the total mix you're doing. It'll work out the percentages. Everything's based on density as well within the system. Yep. So it'll actually work out how many batches we've got for the mixers.
Yep.
So if, for instance, we're doing a 5-ton run here, it's actually worked out that the best way of doing it is 4 batches of 1,250 kilos.
So can you tell which one of the hoppers the seed's coming out of for this mix?
You can do when it's not actually drawing out of one at the moment.
Okay.
But when it's flowing, you basically have a visualization on here, which is the rotary valve at the bottom of the bin, and that will light up green and basically show you it's dropping from that bin.
Okay, so it's a very similar screen but a very different story.
Yeah.
So should we go and have a look at the machine itself?
Yeah, okay. Well, just go around the corner and this is Titan, Richard. This is the whole thing, including the 48 bins, the bagging line, the mixer, palletizer and the wrapper. So this is the real business end.
Crikey, I wasn't expecting that. It's huge. You know, we've just looked at the old bins that were in production previously, talking about 8-10 tons a day. How much can this thing do?
Well, we're currently packing around about 20 to 25 tons a day.
Yep.
But we're in low season production as well at the moment. So the ethos behind Titan was that we'd be able to pack seed as we need it rather than necessarily packing a lot of stock in advance.
Okay.
So in peak season, then the machine, in terms of the number of bags per hour, the machine is rated to run at 600 bags per hour, depending on the density of the product. So if it's 5 kilo bags that we're packing, because the machine will pack from 5 to 20 kilos, or into the bulk bags for the turf growers like yourselves. So if we're running at 600 bags on 5 kilos, then that's basically 3 tons an hour that we're packing in 5 kilo bags. And if we're running at 600 bags on 20 kilo bags, then that's roughly 12 tons an hour.
That is some productivity.
Yeah.
It's absolutely blowing me away. Wow, what a machine. So this is the business end, and this is mixing all the seed. We've seen the induction area. Separates into the hoppers, all computerised, all highest technology here at DLF. Goes down the system. I think the best thing we need to do now, the next thing we need to do, is go and have a look at how it packs the bags themselves. Brilliant. Let's go and have a look. Fabulous. This is where the packing starts then, Martin. So we've got some Johnson's bags here, which many people recognise, I'm sure. So these bags need to be filled, Martin. How does that happen?
The bags, basically, the operator will bring the bags onto this set, and then it moves into the machine. So you can load up. There's 3 positions here where you can store bags before it gets to the pick-up arm. So then the unit will basically, part of the program, it will just run its sequence. It will automatically pick the bags up. There's a roller that comes under the bag and presents it then as it moves on to the labelling station. So here you'll see that we've got all the ministry labels that we've put onto the bags, and we the machine will automatically print all the recipe, and it will know exactly which recipe it's got from the production order status that we looked at before. We have 2 labelling stations, so we're able to double label things if we need to, particularly for export, or if we need to put an information or treatment label.
This will all come off a computerised system that the labels are presented to the bags automatically and not manually.
Yes, correct.
Wow, fantastic. So from this point?
Once it's got to here, then the pickup arms will open the bag, they'll lift it and present it to the wayhead. And then it'll drop the seed into the bag. It'll flow through then to the stitching point.
Okay, let's go around the corner and have a look. Look at this tying thing, it's massive.
Okay, so we've come around to the other side of the machine now. What you see here is the actual filling spout. So the bag is sort of all mechanically gripped and held. You can see the head there. So it will automatically weigh the correct weight that we want in the bag. This one happens to be 20 kilos. It'll then, once it's finished weighing, it'll drop the bag onto the conveyor and it'll go through into the stitching area.
Okay, and if I just pan backwards a little bit. So up above the bag there, we've got the hot bag.
That's the wayhead itself.
Everything's been blown in by air. Fill the bag. And then across the stitching. I'm guessing then up the conveyor.
And once it comes out of here on the conveyor up to the palletizer.
And it's all done literally with one person.
So we generally have one person on the intake, one person at this end when you're running bags, a third operative taking material away or helping them as needed.
Wow, what a machine. I'm absolutely blown away, Martin. I've come to another part of DLF now, and I'll just introduce the other Mark that we met earlier.
Hello.
We're introduced.
Hello.
And a bit quieter here, Mark. We're in the main warehouse now. Racks and racks and racks of seed in here. Pretty impressive stuff. So a lot quieter here.
Yep.
I think what we'll do, we'll have a little wander, because obviously the seed's all got to go somewhere now. And we'll go and have a little bit of a look at the final packing area, where everything's sort of, I guess, gathered up, allocated, ready for the lorries or the collections to come in and fetch it. So we've got a little wander through. It's not just the name DLF we're synonymous with. We've got things like the DLF Master line. We've got Designer here, which is things part of the MM range. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, and if you can see that, we've got some Tiller's Turf Arena Gold. So we soon need that at Tiller's and in the field, don't we? Then we've got Amenity Seed, we've got the Verve range, we have Clean Cut, more Tiller's there. More Master line. Then we've got Johnson's. You know, been a name that everybody's recognised in the seed industry for donkey's years there. And yeah, make really good stadium mixtures, as well as many other good mixtures.
Yes,
fantastic
golf clubs and everything. Yeah.
Fantastic seed. And more Master line there, and of course we have some MM. So yeah, just surrounded by absolute top quality seed here. And I think what we'll do now, Mark, we'll have a little wander around and we'll go into that packing area and we'll talk a bit more about it when we get there.
Absolutely, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
As we wander down to the final sort of loading area, we've got the area here, Mark, which is the end of the line for Titan.
That's right, yeah. When the bags are done on Titan, it all gets packed off where you've already seen the stack there.
Yeah.
Comes through their wrapper there, onto a lift, which brings it up. and sends it down to this corner, which then turntables it down to put it further down where the barcodes get put on, and then it gets put away into locations in the warehouse.
But more importantly, good forward thinking, short journey straight onto the shelves.
That's right, yeah.
Absolutely ideal.
There's no danger of any damage or anything like that, so straight in, straight out.
Brilliant. So I've got to say everything's just super efficient here. It really is. So we're into the final loading and packing area.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us?
So we have a
here,
team
Mark?
of dispatch people who have a set number of sheets in the morning.
Yeah.
And they have them with their handheld devices, which they scan a barcode on the sheet. Then they go off to different locations. It gives them, picks an order onto the pallet. We have a liner on the pallet so it doesn't go straight through and doesn't get caught by forks. They then stack that up. I'll bring it over and put through the computer over that side to give the label. I'll put it onto the wrapper and put a lid on it so it doesn't get wet if it goes outside or if it's in the rain. And as you can see, my team leader there just wrapping it now.
Yeah, let's go and have a look.
So the wrappers are all automated, they go off sensor.
Yep.
So the sensor will go up with the carriage as you see it. Once it gets to the top and the sensor goes across the top of the bag, so stop, wrap the top and then come back down again.
Brilliant. So watch this kind of thing forever. Fabulous stuff, Mark. So once it's all wrapped up, ready to go, it's obviously all labelled up.
Yeah.
The haulage companies and the customers will organise to come and collect it. So I assume that happens outside.
Yes, it does. Yeah, we can have people come and collect it. We can send it out. We usually try and work on a next day delivery.
Yeah.
So that we have a palletways network. So once it all gets labelled and loaded on this back trailer, as you can see, there are pallets on there with the labels on to show the company where they're going to from their hub, and then we look on a next day delivery for it.
Brilliant stuff. So we've seen the start, we've seen to the end, and if I just look behind me now, we've got the lorries here all ready to load up. Looks like the front one's about ready to go, and lots of quality seed going out to what I'm sure are going to be some very happy customers.
I do hope so.
Brilliant stuff. Well, Matt, I've come to the end of my day here at DLF. I'm pretty speechless, to be honest.
Right.
What an experience. Titan, well, quite clear where he gets his name from. What a piece of machinery, but it's just testament to DLF and their forward thinking and future proofing, and just maintaining the output and capacity that you so much need with such a good quality seed going out there. So I've really enjoyed it.
Good.
Really appreciate the opportunity to let me come down here. It's great to see where our seed starts and how it's all packed and mixed and everything else. It's been absolutely eye-opening for me. It's been thoroughly enjoyable.
Fantastic.
So yeah, so I think we'll close the video here. So
Right.
once again, thank you, Matt,
Welcome.
and a massive thank you to the two Marks, to Martin, to Class in the Wildflower. Fantastic, well done to everybody at DLF. You're doing an amazing job here, and I've really enjoyed the video. Can't wait to come back again. So if you like the video, please like it, please share, help us grow the channel, and yeah, we look forward to another one next week where we'll be revisiting DLF, and yeah, please take a look at that, and I can't wait to make it and make some more good viewing, another good video for all the viewers out there going forward. But once again, Matt, thank you to you and everyone at DLF,
More than welcome.
and yeah, let's hit the road.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Cheers, Rich.